I'm PokeaimMD, coach of the LA Wakers, and today we are taking on week 1 of the BUBL. And our opponent is none other than IronBoffin, the player we fought for the finals of the last draft league. His team is no joke, starting off with Scarlet and Landorus Therian to set up hazards. He's a Slowking that can chili reception to his big threats like Iron Moth, but can also set up Snow for Sandslash Alolan form. His Clefable can be a Combine Sweeper, while his Hitmontop can rapid spin away hazards. He also has Indeedee to set up Psychic Terrain for one of his Tera captains, Iron Crown. But one Steel-type Tera captain wasn't enough for Buff because he decided to also use Hisuian Goodra as a Tera captain. His team might be strong, but I have a Life Orb Iron Valiant, which is faster than everything on his squad except for Meowscarada and can threaten that with Vacuum Wave. My EVs allow me to knock out Slowking with Moonblast into knockoff, while close combat can deal with Hisuian Goodra if it doesn't terrestrialize. Basically, it's very hard for my opponent to switch into Iron Valiant, especially when I get up spikes with my Assault Vest Hisuian Samurot's Ceaseless Edge. The Assault Vest means I can tank hits from Iron Crown better as well as Iron Moth. I can threaten Iron Moth with a Razor Shell. I also eat a hit from Hisuian Goodra and can threaten it with Sacred Sword, and Sucker Punch allows me to pick off a weakened Iron Crown. Boff might have a Landorus, but I have one too because Landorus Incarnate with Life Orb Sheer Force can 2-hit KO everything on Boff's team. Earth Power smokes his Steel types, Sludge Wave is great for his Clefable, Psychic allows me to 2-hit KO Max HP Landorus Therian as well as deal with Hitmontop, and Crunch is a KO on Slowking as long as I hit it with any one of my other moves. Only 2 Pokemon outspeed this Pokemon, which are Meowscarada and Iron Moth, so I'm faster than his Iron Crown and below. Next up is my Spin Blocker Pecharunt, that way Hitmontop can't rapid spin away the spikes set by Samurott. I have a Colbur Berry, that way I can take a strong dark move from Meowscarada. I have enough special defense to take on both Hisuian Goodra and Clefable in a pinch. Going with Tera Fairy because it resists dark, which is great for Meowscarada. It also means I'm not too KO'd by Landorus Therian's Earthquake. Nasty Plot boosted Shadow Ball or Malignant Chain is very strong into Boff's team, and I've recovered just to get back to full. But I currently struggle with pivoting both into Clefable plus Iron Moth, which is why we have a special defensive heavy duty boots in Polion, who's designed to come in on those 2 Pokemon and set up Stealth Rock or roost off the damage, roar out a boosted Iron Moth or Combine Clefable or Iron Crown, and flip turn to bring in my big threat Iron Valiant. I made sure I'm slower than Clefable, that way I can always tank a hit and then flip turn out. Lastly, we have my second Tera captain, Tera Water Bellibolt, who is static to punish Meowscarada's triple axle and knockoff or U-turn. While Light Screen means I can tank hits from Clefable or Iron Moth better. Discharge allows me to spread paralysis, and Muddy Water means I can deal with Landorus Therian, especially if I terrestrialize into a water type because Earthquake won't even 2-hit KO. I can slack off the damage. So that's my team for week 1 of the BUBL. If you do enjoy the Pokemon Draft League content, let me know by leaving a like and consider subscribing to the channel, as these videos will be uploaded every Sunday. Also consider checking out my opponent Boff. He's a fantastic player who's been doing better and better in every single draft league. Big shout out to Amel, Tone, Noobish Trainer Joe, Roltzboy, and Dylan for all the help this week, as well as Owen and Gentleman Thomas. And of course, big shout out to Pedro for all the awesome editing. I've held you up long enough, so let's get right into the battle. Welcome to week 1 of the BUBL. I'm taking on my boy Boff, who we just played last week for finals of the SPL. So, very excited to start it off. He does have Tera Water on his Goodra. I am Tera Fairy on my Pecharunt and Tera Water on my Bellibolt. Let's see what happens. We're going to lead off with Landorus. It has 2 bad matchups, I would say, as a lead. Kind of iffy, to be honest, like about Goodra being a bad matchup, to be honest, but we'll be fine from there. I think that if they lead off with Meow, I'll go right out into Bellibolt, because if static procs, then my Landorus looks amazing. And if that's not the case, we'll see what happens. But if y'all do enjoy the content, let me know. Feel free. The man, the myth, the legend, Landorus Therian. I am okay with this. So Intimidate goes off. Yeah, well, obviously this is not AAA. I think we just throw right off a Psychic here. Do as much as we can. If they are not special defensive, this will do almost half. If they are special defensive, well, I mean, I get damage off on Landorus. I have rocks on my Empoleon, which gets off rocks pretty safely here, I would say. And I can safely just click that, like on Clefable and even Iron Moth, and I can go for Roar. Look at the Switch 2 graphics, by the way. I think this is my 2nd, 3rd, maybe 4th game on the Switch 2, so I'm very excited to actually try this out today. We found out their Choice Scarf. I'm fine with that as well. Life Orb, Sheer Force, Landorus, both staring at each other down. Again, if you do enjoy the content, let me know. Leave a like if you enjoy the draft. And check out my boy Boff as well. Looks like he is special defensive. Goes right for Stone Edge. And gets an unfortunate crit turn 1 to start. To do that little damage to him, Landorus, it might actually end up just being Assault Vest. It could also just be special defensive. Because if it's max, I do around that much, I would say. That Stone Edge is also like max attack, but it is on a crit though. Switching into this thing is not fun. But getting damage on you is so good for Val. I just want to be careful because I don't want to lose to Clefable, but I should be in an okay spot, to be honest. I think I'm just going to go for another Psychic. The crit sucks, but I want you, basically I want to be able to go out to Iron Val after and get a kill. So it goes for Crunch to follow it up. They do pick up the KO on me, that's fine. Again, it sucks to lose Landorus that early. It would have been a little bit easier for me to switch had it not been crit, but I didn't want to bring in something on an Earthquake there. So, bring out you. Knockoff is relatively safe, I would say. Kind of just gets a KO. I think on everything. And then, if they want to make the Iron Moth play, that's fine. If they want to make the Clefable play, that's fine too, because I can get up rocks in that thing. Obviously, EQ is very free into my team. I got to be really careful into Meowscarada as well. But I want to knock into something like Clef. Let me put EQ and then... let me put Stone Edge and Crunch. Crunch. Stone Edge. This could be max special defense with the Custap Berry. But I mean, at this point, I kind of don't have a real switch in. So, getting rid of this thing is also really good for Empoleon, since it only suffers versus this and potentially Meow. And Knock is just a good play regardless of what my opponent wants to do. So Iron Val might be able to get his first KO of the season. Let's see. What are you doing here? You getting your first KO? I do have Samurott as well. Samurott's hazards are nice. They do end up switching, so it's fine. I want to say about 25% maybe. Clefable? Clefable comes out. Okay, cool. So we're going to get a knockoff on Clef. Beautiful. Let's see. What was your item? It's 0. Lefties. No item. Earthquake is very free into my team. A double's not hard for my opponent, but I want to be careful here. Yeah, I want to be careful here. It would have been a little bit easier without the crit tier 1, but like I could have also been AV Landorus just based on how little it was taking. So it was tough to switch into regardless. But get a little bit of damage off there. This is really, is this really Fizdef to be able to do that little to Clefable? Knock did nothing, so this might actually just end up being Fizdef. Moonblast does a lot too. It goes right for Moonblast, perfect. 0. What I do want to do is, I don't want to give opportunities for Landorus to want to come out for free. If I do end up going for rocks here, because then EQ is also relatively free into me. Moonblast did nothing. I'm going to flip. Because, again, I don't want to give Landorus a free switch in ever. I don't want to give anything a free switch in, to be honest. Alright, so there's Goodra. Perfect. Nice little chip. Let's see your ability. I assume you might have anything for this. This is basically my switching to you, though. For the most part. So we just get up hazards here. They are Terra Water. And Ceaseless Edge is just free. Them being leftovers on Clef. I'll be okay. I'll be able to either hit from this as well. If they want to end up terrestrializing this now, that's fine. Once Landorus goes down, I really feel okay with my Meow answer as well. Also, just getting up Spike is really good for Iron Valiant's Vacuum Wave. So this is an interesting turn, especially if I land my first Ceaseless Edge of the season. Let's see, though, how it goes. We shall see. First Ceaseless Edge of the season. Maybe we'll see a Terra Water here. I'd be okay with that, though, because that means that Bellibolt ends up hitting you with super effective discharge. Bellibolt's also a little bit annoying for my opponent in general. And obviously, this Mon can be very scary, too. Alright, so they do end up terrestrializing into a water type. Let's see. We will live a body press if they want to go for it. Ceaseless Edge is going to do a lot of damage. And again, me being AV is really, really, really nice here. We do miss our first Ceaseless Edge of the season, just like when we first drafted you, my friend. Nice. They do nothing with body press, though. I am going to go for another Ceaseless Edge if I can. We would have a spike up right now. We'd be happy. I'd be riding home the boys. But you know, that's Mons, baby. That is Mons. If it is AV, Cease's Edge is a 2-hit KO. Well, that's fine. So they are Tera watered. Let me put body press. Oh, this goes down. That's the man. Body press. All right, so a spike is going to go up. It's going to help me out versus Iron Moth. Let's see if they have Rocky Helmet. I really wish I hit on Goodra because we'd be in a good spot from there. I have such a great switch into you. I'm going to make the Iron Valiant play instead because I don't want them doubling out. They showed Intimidate, right? Check status. They are Intimidate. Okay, cool. I'm going to make the Iron Val play. I don't want them doubling. Let me put Intimidate. I don't want them doubling on my Petra and then getting in like Landorus or anything crazy like that. Yeah, they go for Baton Pass. Okay, that's fine too. Didn't even know you learned that. Baton Pass. That is absolutely okay. We can also get up rocks as well and start pressuring. We're just trying to keep Meow low. We're trying to threaten my opponent as well, like I said. With this. And Val is really, really nice because, like, for instance, let's say Iron Moth comes out and gets a speed boost. I'm in a good spot. I can see Clefable coming out too. Let's see, maybe Landorus makes the play after. Again, me not having rocks is pretty big into that. At least as of current. I do think Petron looks insane here too. It's mainly just not losing to... Let me put Moonblast on Clefable. Moonblast. Yeah, it's mainly just not losing to the things like that. Ooh, you do take a spike. I'm okay with that. I mean, this should be a free Bellibolt, right? Bellibolt obviously doesn't care what they want to go for. Potentially paralyzing them as well and getting up more hazards as well. They go for Heavy Slam. Go ahead and get paralyzed, my friend. No? Oh, okay, it's all right. I low-key just want to muddy water here. I don't actually think it is not. I live Draco. I live EQ and EQ as well. I'm just trying to hit potentially Landorus. H Slam. I think it's AV on the Goodra as well. I think this is AV. Let me write a question mark. Because they should fear discharge, and again, just getting spikes hazards up is very, very good. EQ, okay. EQ. Hey, potentially even getting an accuracy drop here would be nice. And just threatening them from there. I know that CC is going to do a crap load to them as well, so I'll be in a good spot. We're just going to slack off the damage they want to go for. Ideally, they don't crit me this turn. Let's see, though. Don't be critting me this turn. I'd be very grateful for no crit. Nice, okay. So we should get back to almost full HP, and then this should allow me to get another Cease's Edge off, and that will allow me to get in my Val and just do crazy damage. So I do have a crit from this percentage. I also threaten them with a discharge after. But I want to go Samurai here instead, because if they do end up doubling out into Landorus, I'm in a good spot. And I can threaten them as well with Sucker from there. But I just need a little bit more chip on the Goodra to knock it out with Close Combat from Val. And as long as Empoleon's healthy, I'm good. My Bellibolt can deal with Meow. I have Cobra Berry as well to deal with Meow, so I can Malignant Chain them. Worst case scenario if things get bad. And I assume my opponent might end up going out into Landorus here. So I feel like this is a decent play for me. You definitely like max attack, max HP or something like that into Samu. Again, we do want rocks up as well, but rocks only come in... I'm only getting up rocks on Clefable or Iron Moth. But if we can get up a second layer of spike, we just get a lot of damage. I want that second layer of spike, so you'll live every hit. Yeah, EQ doesn't do much. Nice. Let's see if we can get this off. Because then I get a free KO with Iron Val right after. And that cannot be stopped. So I'm just going to go for the second layer spike. If Hitmontop wants to come out, that's great too. The man, Hitmontop. I am absolutely okay with this. Is it Hitmontop AV? I'm not paying attention. It is heavy duty boots. Boots. Just that second layer is going to go such a long way. I think we always got into my Malignant Chainmon now. The second layer spike actually means that Vacuum Wave from Val can KO Meow. Vacuum Wave, after like a life or hit potentially. Kind of depends. It depends on what Meow set is. But I'm always going Pecharunt here. Baton Pass. They do for spin. Rapid spin. I will always go for the Malignant Chain, I think. No matter what. Every bit of chip on Hitmontop, I get the potential chance to confuse him as well. We know that Hitmontop is going to die to Moonblast from Life Orb Vow at that point. We know because it's not AV. We know it's going to die to my attack from there. Ooh, they end up letting me get the Malignant Chain off. We do get a poison, which means they are gonna hit themselves now. Which means they are gonna be confused here because of my poison puppeteer. Do we see a Baton Pass? Do we see a Baton Pass? We do. Let me see this. This is a little tough for them too because like Landorus is. You know, I'm pretty sure Confusion gets Baton Passed. I'm pretty sure Landorus comes out and is confused, if I'm not mistaken. We need to be careful. I think the play is to bring out my my Samurai here. I already have the spikes damage I need for close combat to knock out. And I believe Confusion does get Baton Pass, like I said. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, it does. It does. Definitely not going to hit himself, I bet, but... Yeah, it would have been a little bit nice because of the crit and how things are going a little bit, but it's all right. It's all good. It is all good. At this point, we should be able to bring out Val. If they end up giving me... Because Moonblast does pick up a KO, right? There's no switching to Moonblast. If it's Iron Moth, that's fine. But Moonblast is free. It's life from Moonblast. Clefable gets 2-shot at the range it's at. Hitmontop goes down. If they give me Landorus, it's a little bit easier for my Bellibolt as well. I assume something goes down here, right? If they want to go out to Goodra, that's fine too. But I'm pretty positive you're AV. And then we can knock you out with that into CC after. Let's see if Goodra comes out. Yeah, that's Goodra. So like I said, I'm pretty positive you're AV. Oh, that did a lot of damage. That did a lot. All right, we're close combat after. Pick up that KO. Okay, Val's first KO of the season. Let's go. And it's the Tera Captain. Bellibolt. How much do you take from Meow? Kind of depends. If they end up bringing out Iron Moth, I would love for them to take Spikes damage and then get the booster energy speed. And then I go out to Empoleon and just roar him out immediately. That's what I would love. I would absolutely love that. Meow again can come out too. Pecharunt is soloing Clefable and Hitmontop. It solos Meow too. Pecharunt's looking really good in this endgame as well. We should definitely get up some rocks though. It's just tough. It's tough. It kind of just depends. It's a little tough. It's a little tough. If it is special attack boosting, Empus is enough, I think, to take a hit. If it's special attack boosting, I can flip turn, basically. How much do I do to Iron Moth with my Val? Iron Moth. think you have to run max speed because of Latios. Close combat does 50 to 59, which is nasty. All right, Meowscarada comes out. We do see the hazard damage, which I'm okay with. Bellibolt's at 327. Bellibolt, Meowscarada. Flower Trick from Banded. Flower Trick from Banded does two-shot me, but at least I find out it's banded. So I think that's okay. I think I go Bellibolt anyway. We just want this chip, right? We want the spikes chip on Meowscarada. Alright, they go for U-turn. We know they're Protean now. Also, there's a potential chance for static here. We do get the static. There you go, Bellibolt. Good job, Bounce Man. Alright, so now that this is static, it's no longer a threat. I can legit just Tera Water with this. Very safely. So, beautiful, beautiful job. Static. U-turn. I think that was banded. Pretty sure that was banded. It was. Banded. U-turn. Depending on Iron Moth, I should be okay too. Now I don't have to worry about Red Knight Tera, right, basically. Because Meowscarada is always paralyzed, I'll be fastening it with my Petrunt. So I shouldn't have to worry about terrestrializing here. If Moth comes out, the Myth. Big Lando. That's okay. This is, again, it's a pretty free Tera Water now. And that means that I can come in on later on basically everything. So I'm thinking I'm going to Tera Water now. Get my Bellibolt activated. Pretty safe. Feeling pretty decent into Meow in general. Me being a water type means that I can actually pivot into Landorus now. And I don't have to worry about Bellibolt not being able to tank these hits. So Landorus. I assume Meow will come out eventually as well. The Earthquake isn't gonna do crap. Look at my goat. Eating that up. Let's go, little Bellibolt. Eating it up, baby. Eating it up. Go ahead and give me this threat. Hey. I love Bounce Man. Look at this. I assume Meow will be the play of choice. But again, this always gives me a switch in now into Landorus, which I don't have to worry about. And just being healthy on Bellibolt. I'll be at 100% at the end of this turn. Being healthy on Bellibolt means I don't have to worry about this. I low-key wish I had Volt Switch because I go for it here, but I'm okay. I'm definitely okay. Alright, yep, they have to switch. I assume it'd be Meowscarada. Just having you at 100% means Landorus is no longer a switch-in, though. It is the Meowscarada. This can technically PP stalk Clefable if worse comes to worse. But we'll go out to Petrunt here. Malignant Chain does KO, and then Meow gets a KO. Val gets a KO right after, too. So, right now, the biggest threat is probably Clefable. Iron Moth, obviously, as well. I'm not going to, discount. I'm not going to be not scared of Iron Moth, but obviously, the chip on this is really nice. They might end up going for the knockoff here. If they get full paralyzed, good job, Bounce Man. You did your job in the beginning. Let's go. Because then I get a Malignant Chain off on something. They go for knockoff, which is a great play. But I do have my Cold Burst, so I'm okay. Nice. I can actually confirm this damage right now to Meowscarada. Gosh, that's weak. Yeah, so that is, I believe, Choice Band, yeah. What do I want to do here? I think Malignant Chain is my play always. Yeah, that's CB for sure. Malignant Chain's always the play. They want to go him on top, that's fine. We do get a KO here. I am way faster than you, so we do get a KO here. And again, Val gets to come out after either, as well. We do want to be a little bit careful about Calm Mind Clef. We saw Moonblast so far. Obviously, Nasty Plot, this is really good too. If they end up going out into Iron Moth and they take spikes, it's actually really, really nice for us. It's actually very nice. Hitmontop ends up coming out. I'm okay with this. Is it better to be healthy? I think it's better just to knock out Hitmontop here. I think it's always better just to KO Hitmontop here. Want a Shadow Ball now? All right, good job. All right, so Pecharunt picks up a KO there. Yeah, this is CB. Knock. I'm pretty positive Landorus is, I'm pretty positive Landorus is AV. As it should be. Big Bellibolt, it's time to go bounce, man. And time to show off my defensive Tera captains are king. Yeah, Earthquake doesn't do much. There we go. And we can throw off a nice little Muddy Water. We can throw off a Muddy Water. We do live 2 Earthquakes as well after Leftovers Recovery next time. So we're going to throw off a Muddy Water. If they give me Landorus, that's perfect. I'm also not even convinced this thing is faster than my Pecharunt. I'm really not convinced it's faster than Pecharunt. But again, a little bit of damage goes a long way on Meow. Like next time, they might not even be able to switch it on Muddy Water. Keep you nice and healthy. Ooh, that did so much accuracy drop too. Yeah, let's get some accuracy drops. There you go. Okay, let's see. Pecharunt, no item. 194 is the max they can do with no item. We'll go Pecharunt anyway. He might be more inclined. He might actually fear me now that I got the crit, the crit accuracy drop. Hey, there'd be another spike up. I'm not gonna lie. There'd be another spike up, so, you know. It's cool. I'm fine with it. I'm definitely fine with this thing going down. Also, I'm pretty positive the play is to recover if they get full paralyzed. They always they flower trip here. This is great. So I actually do end up at 100% now. Yeah, that's amazing. So I end up at 100%. Because we know their choice, man. Landorus is a little bit of a risk for my opponent, too. I just got to be careful into the Iron Moth. I really got to be careful in Iron Moth. But Empoleon does have Roar. Empoleon also does get rock. If Empoleon comes in on Clefable, I end up getting rocks, right? Which is good for late game, because then I can just spam Roar. I don't have to worry about Clef combining up. Yeah, okay. So. Yeah, there's a full power, bro. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think I do Nasty Blah here. The reason I Nasty Blah is because I'm trying to force in Iron Moth. I want to see what booster you are. I want to see if you're Boots. If you're Boots, I get my chip on you. If you're Booster, that's fine too. But again, by boosting the +2, I also knock out Landorus, which I'm like almost positive I'm faster than. But I'm pretty sure he's like max HP, max Spit F or something like that. Nah, he's like max HP, max attack. To take that. So we can actually threaten them with this. Flower Trick isn't going to do much. I do live EQ as well. But I'm going to Shadow Ball here. Again, if he wants to be aggressive and go out to Landorus here and try and save this as a sack, I get the KO. But also just picking up the KO, I think, on Meowscarada is good for me. So Meowscarada goes down. Beautiful. This allows them to go Iron Moth. If Iron Moth comes out and takes hazard damage, it is a good day for me. Let's see if Iron Moth comes out. Offensive Iron Moth. Landorus comes out. Okay. So Landorus comes out, but I can go Bellibolt on you, which is not too shy. And then I threaten them with a Muddy Water. If they end up going Clefable, I can get up a Light Screen, which means I don't have to worry about... I don't have to worry at all about Clef being like Roar or anything like that too. And I can get up Rocks. Bounce Man. Look at you. Look at Bellibolt. Look, doing Gator proud, man. Doing Gator proud. Doing Luffy proud. Doing him proud, baby. I assume if Clef does come out again, I get up a light screen. Then I can discharge and I can do things like that. I assume Clefable's going to come out, but being at full HP just puts me in such a great spot. You've only seen Moonblast so far. We do want to get up that light screen, as I mentioned. Because that means Empoleon does not care. Also, Clef did not take Hatchet, so we know it's Magic Guard. So we're only going to get a light screen. They go for Calm Mind. CM. That is okay. Get that little light screen there, so Emp doesn't care at all. Emp does not care, and I can get up rocks and then roar them out. It could be Shadow Ball as well, or Thunderbolt as the move. See him again. Let's see. Clefable. +2 Thunderbolt. +2 Thunderbolt with light screen up. Does nothing. Okay, so I can afford to get up rocks here. I am going to get up rocks. It goes for Calm Mind again. That's fine. So we are going to get up rocks, and then we're going to go for Roar. Ideally, getting an Iron Moth, and we're trying to look for a situation where we can just click Moonblast, 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 and win from there. So we'll get up our rocks. CM ×3. We're going to assume Healing move here, and then we're going to assume Coverage move last. We do live this with ease. We can go for Roar. Very, very easily, we can go for Roar. And Roar is just the best play regardless. Yep, Calm Mind again, that's fine. And we just get you the hell out. This is full-on support Empoleon. Ideally, getting an Iron Moth in the process. Ideally, getting an Iron Moth in that process. So let's go. Get the hell out of there, Clefable. I'm glad I made this fully support. Come on, give me Iron Moth. Show me something new. We have brought in the Landorus, but this is the last turn of Landorus being able to actually do anything because rocks are finally out. So I can go out to you. Bellibolt doesn't really care, and I get to throw off a Muddy Water. Man, look at Bellibolt go. What a good mon. What a good mon. Again, and Bellibolt's really interesting because like there's a case where I can go for slack off. I can go for light screen plus discharge into Clefable and get him out. Obviously, I am limited on my heals. I wish Bellibolt had Salt Cure as well. That'd be nice. Yeah, Salt Cure would be real nice. But I want to KO Landorus here, so give me you. Can't really switch in on this either. I assume they just click EQ again. If they go out to Clefable, there's again a roll where I just hit them and they get the accuracy drop. Right, no crit. We do land the Muddy Water, so Landorus, the demon that has been around the whole time is gone. I assume maybe Iron Moth will come out. But I do get Stealth Rock damage plus all that chip as well. And obviously I live a Fiery Dance boost too. So I can get up a light screen in front of Clefable as well. And then go for the endgame Nasty Plot Petra Run sweep. Because I super overpower them, that's for sure. We're going to bring out Empoleon here, and we're just going to go right for Roar. Every single time. We want to phase in Moth, and we want to phase it again, because that we find a situation where we can knock it out. So I do reveal Calm Mind again. That's fair. He's going for the endgame Calm Mind sweep. Are you Thunderbolt? You don't do a lot if you're Thunderbolt. It's Shadow Ball. Okay, that's what I figured. S-Ball. Does nothing. No speed up drop either, so we get rid of this threat. Let's see what the Iron Moth is running. Let us see. Do we see boots? We do not see boots. We see Stealth Rock and Spike. We are going to see a booster. What core drive is it? Speed. Okay, so Flip Turn does KO. But not guaranteed. So I'm going to go for Roar always. I'm always going for Roar here. Let's get this throw out of here. That way my Val always outspeeds you. Get this demon out of here. Okay, speed. I can go for Calm Mind. I can Roar again. I can Flip Turn out. I can get up a light screen. I can always Roar, Flip Turn out. And I'm trying to think what's the best play into Clefable. Clefable. Just throw out of here. Yeah, no matter what, we always Roar. All right, so as long as we don't have to deal with that monster, we're okay. If Clef wants to go for attacks, we're good too. We're going to Roost first, then Roar. They're obviously going to Calm Mind, do things like that. But now we can go for Flip Turn while KOing. I don't care about S-Ball. So I do 47 to 56 to max HP Clef. Petra Run does that much. Petra Run does overwhelm it by going for +2. Gonna Flip Turn here. Yeah, they go for Shadow Ball again. So I'm glad I went for Flip Turn. Just gonna get my chip because I can go out to Petra Run now and Nasty Plot up and do a lot to them. Like I always we know their Magic Guard, so we can go you. Shadow Ball. I'm healthy enough to take you on. We just Malignant Chain here, which is 53 to 68. If they're max BF, it's a different story, but then my close combat's gonna do 1,000,000,000%. Yeah, we do a lot here. Poison as well, which means they are confused. Petra's like, nah, I'd win. Petra's like, nah, I'd win. That's Skyla for you. Let's see if they hit themselves with this one. Does go right for Shadow Ball as opposed to anything else. I don't care about differential. Nasty Plot means I KO Iron Moth. And I don't let it Agility sweep. Agility can't beat me though because I have Flip Turn. I think the play is just to Shadow Ball here. Get my KO. Alright, good job, Petrarunt. What is that? Moth? That's Moth, Clefable, and Meowscarada. Good job. I always had Val in the back as well, which is going to be faster. So if they do manage to knock me out here with Iron Moth. Because you can't like agility and do that. Fire Dance probably KOs me. I mean, I don't know. It's maybe not. I actually don't think fire. I don't know if it KOs me. I don't think so. I know Light Screen is... No, it doesn't. Well, -1 SPDF. But I am special defensive as well. Dude, I actually... there's roles where I do live this. So I'll go for Shadow Ball here. But even if I don't, Val gets to come out and pick up the KO. Yeah, okay, so they pick up the KO on me, but that's fine. Petrarunt did more than his job. And then, I mean, Bellibolt did amazing. Great showing on Bellibolt's case. Landers was like, I'm going to get crit turn 1, so I can't do a lot more for you. And and Sarah was like, hey, good old times. Missing the first hit, right? Let's go. Anyway, we'll just knock him out with a close combat. And that should be a week 1 win for the LA Wakers. Let's go. I think our defensive core was nice. I think our Empoleon set was perfect. I would have loved to get up rocks earlier, just threaten, but obviously showing that, you know, 3 defensive pieces and then you're speeding him on here. So 2 kills for Val in the first one, 3 for Petra. Not even bad. Like, just to start it off. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure you let me know. Feel free to leave a like. Feel free to sub to the channel. On my way to 500,000 subs. Hell of a first game. Almost 40 minutes long. It's 2 a.m. while we're playing as well. Right now we're ending. I'm going to hit my boy Boff for an interview. And I will see you guys in the next one if he's down to do one. If not, well, I'll see you guys in the next one either way. Peace. All right. Nice 2:14 a.m. interview with IronBoffin.
Yeah,
how you doing, buddy?
Oh, dude, I'm tired, friend.
Yeah.
I understand what you mean when you say I'm tired. I'm tired.
I mean, you work late anyway. regardless.
Always,
so
yeah,
you
no.
always
You're my
understood.
prime hours. Don't let them. I won't let them fool you. I woke up at like noon today, so.
How you thinking, man? We have to play back to back immediately. Finals right into week 1, bro.
Yeah, no, and I think, I summoned a lot of energy into our SPL final, so I'm glad I put a better game on for that one than this one. But that week 1 is always super awkward. You're trying to figure out what the team's supposed to do versus what you want it to do versus what it's going to do. And I definitely learned some things here, like to not disrespect Bellibolt.
That's the man. That's Bounce Man, bro. That's
didn't
literally
respect Bounce Man. And I didn't respect Static because I was like, oh, I hit him with a U-turn. Damn, I'm going to boost his next move. And I'm like, uh-oh, wait a second. That's something else. And I'm like, ooh, this thing gets Static. That's going to be really unfortunate. Static.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole game plan. Like, my team doesn't have like burst power teras, Like, it's not like a mon that, like, you Tera Steel on your Iron Crown and then your specs Tachyon Cutter's 2-shotting Steel types, besides Empoleon, of course.
Yeah. Empoleon was the sole reason that Iron Crown didn't come, because I was like, I can't really break through it.
Yeah, and then you have to rely on Focus Blast.
It's like, even if I commit the Tera to it, I still gotta either hit a giant fighting move or I gotta hit like Tera Electric Tera Blast, and that's still doing 0 to a Spadef Empoleon. So I was like, this isn't the mon to bring this week.
I thought it was poetic that turn 1 Landers crit, and then
I did think that
and then first Cease's Edge, Samurott misses. Like, I was like,
I'm like, oh, this
just like the first time I drafted you, my friend. The first one, you're not
here
locked
we go.
in.
Yeah, no, I was like, I didn't even know that move could miss.
I know, trust me. That's where people were like, oh, you're gonna have accuracy on your spikes. But I also like the fact that I could attack while doing it the whole time. So like, it made a difference. Val is basically just revenging, and then I had like the defensive core. This was just like a big support mon that just does not care about Clef or Moth and just phases them out. I felt.
Yep. No, it felt very like getting put through the spin cycle of, like, toward the end there, the spin cycle of being roared and just kind of blocked by Petra Runt was pretty tough. It's pretty tough when you're kind of like the poisons, the spikes, the rocks.
Yes.
And I was like, ooh, this isn't going well. I'm kind of stuck here.
Yeah, it's because, like, even if you had obviously, even if you had boot spam, like, I have very good knockoff Pokemon, like 2 super strong knockoff Pokemon.
Yeah,
this one doesn't have it, but yeah.
I like the team I ended up bringing, like, with the Magic Guard. I'm like, okay, so I don't care about like spikes there. Lando doesn't care about spikes, and then like Hitmontop is here, but Hitmontop didn't. I thought Hitmontop had some dark moves. I thought he had knockoff. He did not.
He has Thief. He has Thief.
Yeah, okay, that doesn't count.
Well, that's a good dark move with
it's a dark move.
It is with Technician. It's a real move. It's 90.
That's true. With Technician, it's a real move. Yeah, no, it was okay. But like I said, I knew I would get spin blocked, but I did hope I was going to be able to break through with Lando. And I think, looking back at the team prep, had I gotten banded Lando, I would have felt a little better.
Oh, I would have loved Banders, but you would not have killed Landers. Well, you would have done the same damage you did turn 1. Right?
I would have just had to Stone Edge twice.
Yeah, and you would have been killed by Psychic
versus
twice.
Crunch. Yeah, true. The AV. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So, but you play it a little differently. You feel.
Yeah. No, I would have hate loved banded Landers for sure.
Yeah, because I would just have to get through, and that's why I didn't bring banned Landers, because like you have Latios, you have Landorus. Like, it's never really safe to be banded into EQ.
Yep.
But with the team you brought, it would have looked pretty good.
No, 100%. It would have been really, really nice.
But in the team prep paper, I'm like, that's not a smart idea. Let's just grab the AV. I think I have 5 editions of this team that I was trying to bring, because I just didn't know what was going to quite work into, and I didn't get quite enough mocks in to see like.
Yeah, it was. I mean, bro, we were doing mocks for finals, and then
I know it's like
I went to Florida
we got
for like 5 days.
You're traveling, so tough showing week 1, but at least.
How do you feel?
We're here.
How do you feel that you had to run max speed again because I had a Latios on your
Bro, I'm so sick of this 110 speed tie.
I have too.
110 is my least favorite speed tie in the game. I hate it.
Yeah, no, I agree. When it comes to, especially after AAA season, like, I feel like this is so annoying. I think this mon is deceptively disgusting. Like, this set, like, I don't usually like Combine too much in draft. I like the Healing Wish support ones a little bit more.
Oh, Clef?
Yeah, on Clef. But I feel like you're like, this obviously had a lot of potential into me later.
Yeah, no, I think if I had been able to clear the Empoleon somehow, but I mean, obviously you were not going to let me do that.
Oh, no, that's my homie.
If I had been able to force it to happen, then I think Clef had a lot of potential, or if like Latios had come over like Bellibolt or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like a little more offensive and a little less phasing.
Yeah.
Then I think Clef had room, because even Clef, if I had gotten up a Calm Mind into the Pecharunt switch, then I had a chance to get a little scary, but not with Nasty Plot. If you Nasty Plot past me, then that was...
Yeah, that's kind of why I went for that that flip turn at the end, because I was like, well, if he Calm Minds, I'll just bring it back in and just roar him out again, and then flip turn on.
Like, see ya.
Yeah, flip turn on Iron Moth, KO that, and then get in Pecharunt early, or even Val, because Val can Moonblast 2-shot, kind of like how the other one does too. Like, they both do a lot, but the Pecharunt was really cool here. I was happy with its performance.
Yeah, Pecharunt did a lot. And the recover Nasty Plot, and then there's the chains. Also, I learned that I think you can baton pass Confusion, which
correct.
is not something I knew you could do.
Yeah, Letters came in. I
got into Lando, when I click a move, I'm like, I'm confused.
Letters is confused.
I'm like, how am I confused? And I'm like, watch me get banned for passing Confusion to myself. Or like DQ'd.
That'd be funny. That would not be.
I'll take the DQ. I'll take the DQ loss just for that.
Would that have been? That would have been a 3-0, I think, for me.
Yeah, you got one anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me take one. I appreciate it.
No, it was not even. I was terrible.
No,
I'd be getting paranoid at the end. Like, okay, what if it's speed booster, agility stuff? Let me. Like, I was low-key like,
I did almost have agility. I almost had agility, and it wouldn't have mattered here because I wouldn't have been able to break past the Empoleon in time.
Yeah, like initially, Emp was what's it called? Not torrent, but competitive, and it had Flash Cannon, Surf, Roost, and Flip Turn. And I wasn't even heavy duty boots. I had like Shookaberry competitive to lure Landorus, but I realized that this Mon's role is just to always beat Iron Moth and to always beat Clefable. So, in order to do that, I needed Roar. And I needed, I felt like I needed Roar, Flip Turn, and Roost. And then Landorus had initially over Sludge Wave, it had Rocks, but I was like, I don't want you going out to Meow or Terra Fairy, Iron Crown, or anything like that. So Sludge Wave, and plus also Clef can be problematic. So like this doing 1,000,000,000% to Clef is obviously really nice. So I would rather have that. And then that's why this was like, yeah, forget it. I'm just gonna go full support with Empoleon and rely on these guys. Because like even Bellibolt, depending on the situation, if you're like Spadef Clef but not Calm Mind, like Bellibolt can Light Screen Discharge, 1v1 it. With
I was like, when I was sitting in front of the Bellibolt, I'm like, well, I can sit here and click Calm Mind, and he can sit there and click Muddy Water. We're gonna play this really awful game, but let's go ahead and do it. And then you like Light Screen. I'm like, this is not the game I wanted to play.
Hey, this little guy's so funny, dude.
Dude, he was crazy. He was tanking moves.
Bro, I was like wait,
30% from a Lando EQ. I'm like, what is that?
Look, Balance Man, he's so happy about it too. During
crazy.
The process.
No, I mean, big respect on the Bellibolt. I didn't respect it.
That's why I drafted this Mon before I drafted Latios, fam.
Yeah, he's only 91 defense and 109 HP. Like that's not big man, but he played big man.
Facts. That's the way it is. Like I was so excited to use this Mon in my draft. Are there any Mon you're like super hyped this season to use?
I'm really excited to use Terra Crown just because or Iron Crown, Terra Iron Crown, whatever. Because like it can just steal a game. I feel like if you play somebody and they have one bad turn in front of it, you just won the game with it. And that's what I really need to unlock, but unfortunately your team wouldn't let me do that. So we're going to get there though.
I think my spikes are really tough in you because it was very hard for you to control it. And like I also think
like no defogger and like I had to rely on spin.
And if you were boot spam, I felt like your team was a lot weaker. Like
there's no power behind it. Like Meowscarada needs like a band or like a Life Orb or something.
And like Life Orb Dark Pulse or something to actually do anything, which is why I had the Colbur Berry, which I felt pretty safe with this Mon. Because I could.
Oh, what I thought I was like, oh my god, I did something dastardly. I just caught this on a knockoff. Ooh, Colbur did zeros.
Yeah, no, it literally did nothing.
I'm like, that did 0. Damn it, I thought I did something. And then I didn't do it the second time because I was like, he's not gonna do it again. You did it again.
Yeah, I was like, I only need this Mon to live a hit. Like it takes nothing from it anyway, right? So because Pecharunt's stupid. Pecharunt's such a cool.
Yeah, that 160 defense is great, and the fact that it's 88 speed because like I was like doing mocks real quick. And I'm like, okay, if I can get Clef to outspeed Petch, like that's great. I'll get my Calm Mind up first. And I'm like, oh, that thing's 88 speed. What the heck is that?
That's a good Mon.
That's a fast Mon. It's one of those dumb mythicals. They just threw some of its stats and defense. And
everything they made it the Pechaberry, and they said F it.
It's so good. Like, and you didn't even have like the parting shot spam on it. Like you just.
Yeah.
The fact that it was Nasty Plot was crazy. Nasty Plot, Malignant Chain is dirty.
I feel like it's like this Mon is like because some people that play draft a little bit more like your team looks strong, but your Terra captains are kind of weak. And this is obviously a little bit different for me than because my normal thing is one offensive Terra grass, Terra like grass type. That's God for the season. And then it's like my defensive Terra type that's also like disgusting for the season too. But this time I just went, here's my 3 bulkiest mons on my team. I'm going to terrestrialize them.
If Bellibolt can come in and be like, all right, Bellibolt, your job is to take a hit from this thing. Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Try and get
in
this guy and then getting my 2 strong special attackers plus Latios, obviously, and then Samurai on the physical side. I'm excited, though. I know you've been having some, I mean, we talked about it in the finals interview and stuff, but you've been having some fantastic seasons these past 2-3
It feels like we're playing, it feels like I kind of unlocked another dimension of my brain in playing Mons.
Hell
like
yeah,
dude. So we're kind of, it's coming together. So hopefully it keeps coming together. Tough start, but that's how I started SPL. So, see you in the finals, I guess.
I hope not. I'm okay with losing. But if I get to finals, I have to try hard. But I'm okay with
I was like, I got to sweat. I'm going to have to whip out the Custap Berry again.
Dude, if I go to finals, it's not me who does anything. It's my opponent who forces me to play certain ways.
That's true.
Like, that's it.
True.
I would love a finals where all I'm doing is clicking. I love a finals where all I'm doing is clicking U-turn the whole game, and then your Pokemon just die. Like, if you could just draft a bunch of shift trees and cac turns and then make it to finals, I'd be very happy with that, clicking U-turn on them and just KOing them. But I'm excited for the rest of your season, dude. And I'm hyped.
Big fan as always.
Hey, did you play your other finals as well?
I haven't played the finals yet, but I did play my semis, and that went really well. To take a 6-0 in the semis at any time, so
that's amazing.
We're prepping hard for it. I started as soon as I won the semis game. I immediately started prepping for the finals. So unfortunately, I still pushed off our game.
No, I mean, bro, we literally just played finals, and then we had to play week 1. Like dastardly. It's dastardly that we have to do that. Legit. But good luck in finals, of course, of the other draft league. Love to see you take one. I think it's very impressive to make finals. I think the fact that you were in 2 at once and you made finals of both is disgusting. I made the mistake of just joining 2 more alongside this one.
Oh, you're a madman.
Their showdown. Okay, their showdown. One of them is doubles with like Nat decks, whatever, and the other one's black and white draft. But I'm like,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I thought would be really fun, right?
That is cool.
But now I'm here like,
You're like, man, this is a lot of time.
This is the reason why I don't. This is the reason why, dude, I enter Smoke on tournaments still, and then I just forfeit before round 1 starts because I'm like, I hate scheduling.
You're like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to.
As an adult, I have no idea why I'm doing this. I expect to go bad in all those, but whatever. Those are going on my PokeaimPLUS channel, so it's okay.
But it takes so much time to like do well at this because you don't want to show up and like put on a stinker. Like if I came in and even like against you, if I come in and put a 6-0, like I just didn't try hard enough. Like I did something wrong.
Yeah.
And that feels bad. You don't want to do that. So
draft is always like, if you put in some work, the game will at least be close. Like I think that's just period.
You have to have at least good answers. So if you come in when they just get bodied, you're like, ooh, I didn't have answers for stuff.
Yeah, legit. It's just a prep issue. But either way, hope y'all enjoyed. Please go subscribe to Boff. Go root for him as well. I actually have no idea who he's playing in finals. I know I saw the... Wait, who?
Travesty.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck, my friend. I hope you guys are rooting for Boff. No offense. I hope everybody's rooting for Boff. I think everybody is anyway.
Hey, everybody was super nice in my video. That was the best part about losing in that way is that everybody was super nice to me.
Yeah, you're not...
Like,
bro, one
you put
HP,
on a hell of a game. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm glad, dude. That's the big thing, right, man?
That's it.
When you lose a game that matters, and you can look at the comments after.
Yeah, look at the comments, and I'm like, all right, they're not going to be mean to me. Let's go. I'm not crying.
Please send them on my Boff, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Check out the rest of the season. Check out everybody down below. Peace.